Imagine this: you are falling, not through air, not through water, not even through the empty void of space as you know it, just falling towards something that swallows everything. Slowly it waits, patient, indifferent, and in front of you. Darkness thicker than night itself, a black circle that absorbs light, matter, even time. It calls to you silently, inevitably. A black hole is not a hole in the traditional sense. You cannot see a tunnel or a pit. There is no void in space. Instead, it is gravity pushed to the extreme. A single point where matter has collapsed so densely that space itself curves inward, folding on itself until escape is impossible. The event horizon marks the boundary, the invisible edge where not even light can break free. To cross it is to step beyond reality as you understand it. Time slows, space stretches. Your fate is sealed before you even notice. Outside, a black hole appears as a distant, shimmering dator, a ring of light bending around it. Inside, it is chaos waiting. Stars orbit, but they do not escape. Gas clouds spiral, heating to millions of degrees, glowing in impossible colors, then vanishing. The closer you approach, the more distorted reality becomes. Light warps, stretching into arcs and spirals. Your vision fractures, a kaleidoscope of destruction surrounds you, yet the center remains an abyss of perfect black. As you drift closer, your body begins to feel it not as pain, but as pressure. Gravity is no longer a gentle pull. It is a force stretching and squeezing, tugging at your very atoms. Your feet might feel heavier than your head, as though space itself is bending you into a needle of matter. Time outside begins to outpace you. Minutes become years in the distant universe, and yet your experience is compressed, visceral, immediate. Every second is infinite and fleeting all at once. You notice the light around you bending. Stars elongate into streaks, painting the cosmos with distorted trails of brilliance. The universe outside seems to accelerate. Events unfold faster than you can comprehend. Planets orbit, stars die, galaxies collide, and all of it seems irrelevant, insignificant, compared to the singular pull ahead. Your mind grasps at comprehension, trying to understand, trying to prepare. But preparation is an illusion. No simulation, no theory, no thought can truly capture the sensation of approaching a black hole. As your speed increases, a sense of vertigo overtakes you. The blackness grows. The edges of the event horizon shimmer faintly, a distorted mirage of nothingness. Light itself curves around it, creating a ring of fire, a glowing halo, as if the universe mourns your inevitable descent. The pull is undeniable. It stretches farther than your imagination dares to go, beyond the limits of experience. The void calls with a voice you cannot hear. You fall. And yet, even in falling, you notice the strangeness. Space-time is bending in ways your mind cannot follow. You are not just moving through space. You are moving through time itself, an unwilling traveler along a path dictated by gravity beyond measure. Closer still, and now the real danger begins. Tidal forces stretch your body, your legs, your torso, your arms. They elongate as though pulled by invisible hands. The sensation is not pain, not yet. It is a surreal distortion of existence. The closer you get, the faster this stretching accelerates. You try to think, to grasp, but cognition struggles in a universe where seconds outside become millennia. Your senses fight against each other. Sight, sound, even thought feels unmoored, drifting in a cosmic tide. And then, the event horizon looms. It is not a line, not a wall. It is a boundary you cross without fanfare, without warning, yet crossing it changes everything. Inside, the rules of physics twist. Outside, observers would see you frozen, stretched like a shadow across the universe. Inside, you feel infinite acceleration, infinite pull, a descent into the unknown. Your body, your mind, your very perception of reality begins to fracture. The black hole does not care, it does not judge, it does not stop. And you, now caught in its grasp, are falling into something utterly incomprehensible, something eternal, something that may not even be part of the universe as you know it. Somewhere, at the center, lies the singularity, a point smaller than an atom, denser than a star, a place where physics ends and mystery begins. You cross the event horizon. Nothing announces it. No flash, no tremor, no alarm. Outside, the universe records your fall as a frozen smear of light, a slow-motion portrait of inevitability. Inside, everything changes. Space and time no longer behave in ways you understand. Forward and backward lose meaning. Up and down are illusions. Every direction points inward, toward the singularity at the core. You are suspended in a current of reality itself, pulled along a river whose source you cannot see. The stretching begins in earnest. Your body elongates as tidal forces grow stronger by the second. Atoms themselves feel tugged apart, bonds straining under unimaginable gravity. Fingers, arms, legs all extend as though painted on a canvas too large for comprehension. Yet your mind, fragmented but aware, experiences this stretching in both horror and fascination. This is the ultimate distortion of matter, the final dance between the laws of physics and the stubbornness of consciousness. You exist in a space where matter itself is mutable, reshaped by gravity into shapes the universe never intended. Time behaves cruelly here. From your perspective, your descent is agonizingly slow. Seconds stretch into eternities. Thoughts echo endlessly. circling in a loop with no exit. Outside observers see a different truth, your image frozen, smeared across light years, never quite reaching the abyss. They will watch, helpless, as light from your body bends, arcs, and finally vanishes. To them, you never truly enter the black hole. To you, every heartbeat is a lifetime, every breath a thousandth. You feel the paradox pressing against your mind. The universe is both rushing past and standing still. Your senses are betrayed. Sound cannot travel in a vacuum, but you imagine the roar of gravity, a pulse of force vibrating through every particle of your being. Sight becomes abstract. The distant stars stretch into long, fractured lines, bending over themselves in impossible loops. Colors shift, melt, and reassemble into forms your brain cannot classify. You feel simultaneously infinitely small and incomprehensibly vast, a particle and a universe, merged in the gravity well of something eternal. Closer, ever closer, and you feel yourself pulled into a singular trajectory there is no turning back. Escape is a concept that no longer applies. Physics itself breaks down at the singularity. Space curves infinitely. Time ceases to exist. Matter condenses beyond comprehension. Your existence, once so solid and coherent, begins to dissolve into the very fabric of the black hole. Yet, awareness remains. Consciousness, fragile and stubborn, observes itself being erased, as if the universe allows you one final act, witnessing your own obliteration. The closer you approach the singularity, the more extreme the distortions. Body elongates into a needle of matter, stretched into a line pointing directly inward. Sensory perception becomes a blur, a whirl of impossible forces. Gravity tugs harder than anything conceivable. Even your thoughts feel pulled apart, concepts unraveling under the strain. Every molecule, every atom, every quark is subject to the same relentless stretch. You are becoming one with the black hole. Yet paradoxically, your mind struggles to retain identity. You are observer and observed, victim and witness. From outside, the black hole appears calm, indifferent, a perfect, unbroken circle of darkness. Time passes normally for the universe beyond. Stars continue their orbits, galaxies spin. Yet within, reality fractures. You experience both nothingness and infinity simultaneously. The universe seems to accelerate, replaying its history in supernova flash. Stars are born and die in moments. Entire cosmic events unfold around the black hole's shadow, a theater of time compressed by relativity. You are caught in the center, both participant and irrelevant observer. The psychological weight is immense. Isolation becomes absolute. You are utterly alone in a space where even light cannot reach you. Thoughts echo, multiply, distort. Every attempt to rationalize the fall fails. Concepts of past, present, and future are meaningless. The singularity ahead is not just a point in space. It is an existential paradox, a boundary where understanding collapses. And yet even as terror rises, there is awe. You are witnessing the ultimate truth of gravity, of matter, of the universe itself. And still, you fall toward the center, where no laws hold sway. Toward the point where density is infinite, where dimensions collapse. Toward a place that is the end and the beginning. You are simultaneously unmade and eternal, a fleeting spark in a river of infinite gravity. Every instinct screams to resist, to turn back, but resistance is meaningless. You are a thought in the mind of the cosmos, a particle in the gravitational symphony with no audience, no conductor, only inevitability. You are now at the edge of comprehension. The singularity waits ahead, a point smaller than an atom yet infinitely dense, a place where the rules of reality cease. Gravity here is absolute. It stretches, compresses, annihilates, yet it does not pause. Every particle of your being is drawn toward it, pulled into a convergence that defies language. You are no longer falling, you are being unraveled, atom by atom, into the fabric of space-time itself. Space behaves like liquid. Time behaves like smoke. Your body is no longer a body. It is a series of forces, a sequence of events, a fleeting configuration of matter resisting the inevitable. The tidal forces, once subtle, then terrifying, now tear at every quark, every proton, every bond that once defined you. Fingers elongate, torso stretches, spine fractures in ways your mind can barely perceive. The sensation is incomprehensible. Part agony, part transcendence. You are both there and not there, simultaneously erased and aware. From outside, an observer would see a slow smear of light, a frozen echo of your existence. But inside, every second stretches into eternity. Every thought reverberates against the curvature of space-time, bouncing endlessly, echoing across dimensions. You witness the universe in ways impossible to reconcile. Supernovae explode in rapid succession. Galaxies rotate and collide. Stars live and die in what feels like a heartbeat. You are alone consciousness observing the cosmos at an accelerated pace, a paradox of simultaneity and isolation. Closer still, the singularity approaches the ultimate point of no return. Matter condenses infinitely, yet your mind clings to perception, desperate to register what cannot be registered. Light itself ceases to exist in any meaningful way. The universe outside flickers in and out of comprehension. Sensory input has collapsed. Your awareness becomes abstract, a consciousness stripped bare. Gravity does not merely pull, it dictates existence, bending everything into one inescapable fate. You feel yourself becoming one with a black hole, not in a metaphoric sense, but physically, psychologically. Existentially, identity dissolves as you stretch into an infinite line, yet fragments of self persist. You recall moments from life that feel simultaneously distant and immediate, memories warped by time dilation. The mind fights to hold on to coherence, but coherence is a relic of a universe that no longer applies. Every sensation, every perception, every concept is redefined. You exist only as movement toward the singularity, and that movement is eternal. Outside, the black hole remains calm, serene, perfectly indifferent. Its event horizon glows faintly with the warped light of stars bending around it. Galaxies continue their rotations. The universe moves on. But you are caught in a private apocalypse, an inward collapse where time, space, and matter converge into a singular truth. The laws that govern everything else do not govern this. Here, physics is poetry, cruel and beautiful, incomprehensible and absolute. Your perception fractures further. Space splits into streams. Time folds into loops. You witness your own destruction before it happens, and observe a paradox in motion. You are both annihilator and annihilated. The singularity does not strike, it receives, it does not punish. It simply exists, consuming everything into its infinite density. Your mind hovers on the boundary between understanding and madness, trying to grasp infinity, trying to hold on to what it means to exist. But existence here is unrecognizable, a ghost of reality. As you approach the core, spaghettification reaches its peak. Every atom of your being stretches into an unending filament, pulled beyond any conceivable length. Yet within that stretch is awareness. Within that pull is perspective. You are a point of consciousness stretched across the cosmos, part of the black hole, part of the universe, part of everything that will ever exist. You feel the duality, annihilation and eternity, horror and wonder, nothingness and infinity, all at once. And then, the singularity, the ultimate convergence. No escape, no return, no outside. Time ends, space ends, matter ends. Consciousness, fragile and persistent, persists just long enough to witness its own dissolution. And in that final instant, the universe is silent. Not darkness, not void, silence, absolute, infinite, indifferent. You are gone, yet your experience echoes in the fabric of reality itself. Somewhere, in the vastness of space, a black hole waits. Silent, patient, indifferent, gravity always wins. Time bends, matter dissolves, existence stretches and fractures. The universe is stranger than we can imagine, and the question lingers, unanswerable. If all could be erased, if all could be absorbed into nothingness, would you fall willingly, just to know the truth?